Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah podcast.
Crux Crawford.
Crux, yeah. What's up, dude? Fuck, that took forever, man. Sorry, folks. We had some technical difficulties. I'm using this new interface, and I'm getting fucking 3 microphones. But hey, we're here. We're figuring it out, dude. Mike Tribby, Shawn Santos.
What's up?
What's going on?
Back at it. 2 former Crux, yeah guests. Fucking here, bro.
I didn't know if I was going to be welcome back after last time.
Dude, fucking just keep it close, bro. You don't want your wife yelling at you again, dude. But yeah, just try to keep it like up even like
I gotta be.
What did your mom or somebody say about me? She's like, why is that white guy talking about being Spanish?
Yeah, she's like, why does that white guy keep talking about how he's brown? Like he's a white dude.
Yeah, he's always making it up, dude. I honestly don't even believe it. Like
if
you look at him, like I feel like he just spent a lot of time in like a Muslim church and like just trying to adopted their look. And
I just wanted the virgins. That's all I wanted,
dude. So yeah, man, that's what she fucking said. I really think what it is Shawn's just trying to put himself above us. Pasty crackers, pasty.
I think so.
I need
pasty
to nowadays.
Caucasians, bro.
You white guys are getting fucking like hit on for everything right now.
You're on our level.
Yeah, right. He's like, dude, I am not a fucking straight white male. I'll tell you that, bro.
I'm that Homer Simpson fading into the bushes. Fuck y'all. Like I'm out,
dude. So anyway, we'll do things a little bit has evolved the podcast since, well, no, not you. I can't remember, but definitely since you, Mike, have been on. So real quick, we just get all the promo stuff out of the way in the beginning to let people know where we're going to be and where they can find us, where they can follow us. So just started off as always. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Crux Crawford, CRUX Crawford, because there's no other name like it. And I am going to be also, shoot me. A lot of you have been nice. Shoot me some emails. So email me clips, email me messages, email me hate mail at cruxcrawford@gmail.com. And so where I'm going to be this Wednesday. So tomorrow, if you're hearing this, tomorrow, I'm going to be at the Fort Worth 420 Fest. I think it starts at 420. And that's if you just look up Fort Worth 420 Fest, you'll find the address and all that shit and tickets and where to go and shit. Easy enough. In Fort Worth, Texas, boy. And then
sober guy.
And then I'm gonna be the fucking sober guy talking about weed at the 420 Fest. But I've smoked a shitload of weed.
Oh, fair.
So that works. I've smoked field weed.
I
grew weed.
Never forget.
I grew weed. I grew weed with my dad in high school. Shit? Yeah. Before it was cool.
Why do you keep talking about
when
your
dad? When it was a crime,
jealous.
when it was like a bad childhood. Now it's just like a business, but back then it was trauma.
Well,
but anyway, so then what do I got after that? Then I got Saturday, April 30th at Comedy Arena. I got May 10th at Plano House of Comedy. And then I have August. I'm going to be making my second appearance, the first Saturday of August 6th, I think that is, at MacGyver's back in Burleson, Texas, boy. I'm making my second appearance over there. So, Mike, where can they follow you? Where are you going to be?
Well, they can now actually follow me on TikTok. I just started TikTok, late to the game. But, I'm trying to get that TikTok money. I've heard about it, and I'm like, let's see what this is about. So, always tripping. Like tripping, but not TRYBBYN. Did I just misspell my name?
Yeah, you did.
TRIBBYN.
I have to look it up every time.
Honestly, I do that a lot with my own name. I've written it all my life. Still can't get it right. But always tripping. Podcast out there, everywhere. Find it. TikTok, Instagram, it's all the same thing. Find Tribby, you'll find me. There's not many of us. And coming up, actually MacGyver's, I'll be out there May 7th, right? I think that's the show. I think that's the date.
The first
weekend? If you
weekend?
find me, you'll find it. May 7th, first weekend in May, out in MacGyver's. And
I'm Burleson, Texas, boy.
I can't wait. Excited to see biker gangs and, beer. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it's an interesting crowd.
It's my people, straight up biker.
White?
If you can't tell.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I am. So,
Bam, dude. Shawn Santos, man. Where can they find you? Where are you going to be?
Well, I'm actually having a big show. I think not really big. I got Rudy Ramsey. Sorry, Rudy. I got Rudy Ramsey's show May 19th. He has not disclosed the location. It's supposed to be a new one, so I'm figuring that out. I'm doing a 15-minute spot there. So yay.
Nice.
And then I have the show in works. I haven't had an official date, but it will be next month. It is going to be a comedy and drag show, guys. And I will be going in drag in that show. So you're going to see a transformation.
Damn, dude.
You have your drag name picked out already?
Dude, thank you for asking. I was so excited. I'm sorry that freaked out for a second.
It's gonna be Skittles.
Selena Roxanne.
Selena Rock.
Because I love Selena, and then Roxanne because you got to turn the red light on.
Are you gonna be in drag though, for real?
At the end of the show, we're going to do a quick drag exchange just because, why
so
not?
all Ian, everybody.
Not they wouldn't do it. Fuckers. Yeah,
Come
Ian,
on, bro.
Andrew,
Ian, dude. Come
Mikey
on.
B is going to be there too, performing. So
Mike, dude, he better do it, bro.
I feel like
I don't know if he will, but
What would his
I
be?
feel like he would.
Mikey B?
What would Mikey B's be?
Oh, just a bearded lady, man. Like something like that. I
Yeah?
think.
He kind of. Have you seen? What's the
I mean, he's like one mullet
musical.
away from being like a lesbian. I'm just saying.
The Greatest Showman?
Yes.
That's it.
They look
He
alike.
could,
yeah.
he could pull that off.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome, Mikey.
Great movie, by the way, too.
Dude, you're still not talking
Congrats.
to the mic.
Am I not?
Oh, you keep backing away.
I'm such an active talker. I move
Just
around when
make,
I talk.
you can move around.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about the arms. Just make sure it's like this, dude. Make sure it's
Yeah,
just
see,
constantly.
My fear was like the glass table. Like I was like, I'm gonna be the one to break it.
No,
you know?
not at all, dude.
That's
not
it.
At all. No. Glass
have a fear of
tables.
glass tables.
Doing lines of white Coke and drinking Black Label.
Boom.
Boom.
City
Bars.
Morgue. City Morgue, bro. City Morgue. Do you guys know City Morgue?
No.
Okay. I think you have to be under 18, and then there's me. It's just I'm the fucking old guy at the show, like
Running their
dude.
fan
He's like, "What's up,
page.
kids?" I'm their webmaster.
Hey, you gotta have something going.
They're awesome.
I would say you would see me on Mike Tribby's podcast also, but
You will.
So
You
will
are
be
on
seen
an
soon.
episode from
You
a
will
couple
be
months
seen.
ago, right?
yeah,
You have to be on
not
more
a
than
couple
one?
months ago. It was a couple weeks. I was
One
on yours.
episode's not good enough for you?
I need to be on multiple.
With his
He
podcast?
wants everything.
Yeah, I
He's
know,
like
dude.
trying
I'm a
to
needy
come
motherfucker.
do a
Bro, he
guest
called us.
host
Can we
and
talk about
everything.
Can we talk about how he called us, each of us, like 3 times today? Like, hey, are we doing the podcast? Mike
Yeah.
wouldn't answer.
No, I wanted to call about ideas. I just was like,
I've got a job.
like Mike asked me a question and it threw my brain for like 1,000 different ways. He's like, so what kind of premise is it? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know. So I was trying to call you about a premise.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, we could talk about anything, everything.
Premise is fucking whatever the crux you want, dude.
Whatever the crux
Hey,
I
yeah,
want.
I understand that. Yeah, premise. Figure it
You know,
out.
we both lost a tournament recently together. We
Yeah?
We're gonna bring that up.
Absolutely.
The scars.
Well,
Scars.
dude, before we get into all that juicy news, man. But yeah, sorry about the fucking cameras, guys. I had to
news.
fucking plug a SD card into a thing to work another thing to stop another thing. So we got these camera angles worked out, but it's cool. I'm glad we're all 3 here and glad we're all 3 recording because I really wanted to try to have 2 guests at once as much as fucking possible. So now I know what I have to do. I have to go get my SD card, another one, so I can still have the cameras and the fucking recording device. But yeah, we talked about like a bunch of cool shit before we were fucking getting started. I was talking about like on the note of the 420 Fest and like me not smoking weed and really, I was talking to him about this. You smoke, right? smoke
I'm
weed?
known to dabble.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're in
occasionally.
Texas. Do you engage in illegal activity such as consuming marijuana, sir?
You know, Delta 8. Yeah, that's what it's
Only
Delta
That
Delta
wasn't
8.
Delta 8 that I gave you the other week.
That's all it is. You know.
Okay. So you partake. Do you too?
Daily.
Okay.
Daily smoker.
So that's
Daily
the thing.
smoker.
What happened with me is, because I started smoking weed when I was like 12.
Yeah.
That's the first couple times I smoked. You know what I mean? And then I didn't for like a couple years. And then I started in freshman year, end of freshman year in high school, I got heavily into smoking weed, right? So I was smoking weed multiple times a week, multiple times a day. And I used to have a lot of fun, dude. Go to the movies with your friends. Some guy has a funny looking face. You laugh about it. You fucking eat. You just fucking have a good time. I don't know, man. Something happened along the lines, like after a couple years, where I stopped having fun. I started getting like a lot of anxiety, right? Like more than normal. Like the paranoia would set in, and I wouldn't want to be around people. And I'd start thinking like you're such a fucking loser, and everybody fucking hates you, and like just fucking wouldn't want to be around people.
Yeah.
Thought that the world was mad at me. Like
just
wouldn't want to
needed
go
a
do
hug.
anything. No, the hug was not it.
Smoking some bad weed.
Yeah,
No, dude, it was
like,
good. That's the problem.
It was too good.
I think this shit got too good, bro.
It's making me like do like some self shit, some inner self thinking.
Yeah, because I'd be like, dude, this is fucking everybody hates me. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. And like, it wasn't fun. It just wasn't fun, dude. I get depressed on weed. It's like, dude, what the hell? I used to have tons of fun doing this, and now I'm not. You know what I mean? So it's weird. So then I fucking stopped. Then I started doing a lot of hard drugs. But even today,
Level
Just
up.
skip over that real quick.
You know what?
then I started doing a lot of hard drugs, and those were fucking very fun. Let me tell you,
absolutely.
for a long time. So like now though, it has no, because that's my memory of weed smoking. It has no appeal.
You went down on a low. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
it has
you
no
wouldn't want to
appeal.
go back to that, right?
Oh, and don't get me
get
wrong,
that.
dude. Don't get me wrong. I am not anti-weed in any way. I got very close friends that smoke a ton of weed all the time. You guys smoke. You guys are my friends. I have no problem being around it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I got no problem being around it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not against it in any way, shape, or form. I just don't have any interest in smoking.
It's
That's
fair.
good.
It's fair.
That's a fair stance to have, right? You can be on the fence about things.
Yeah.
People act like if you're not for it, you're against it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't fucking
Calm
smoke
your
it. I used to
shit,
be
yeah.
that way, dude. When I was fucked up all the time, I would get mad. Like when people didn't drink or do
How
drugs.
dare you be so
I think I
bad.
was secretly jealous of like maybe their happiness or something, if you
Yeah.
want to talk about psychology.
Absolutely.
Little
Yeah. Misery loves
envious.
company. And so if they're not miserable, then what the fuck's your problem?
Bad company.
Yeah. Yeah, right? I'd be like, fuck that guy, dude. Like, fuck him. You
Look
know?
at
Like,
Tom. This fucking job.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Goddamn
Oh, look at his
college
family
trip.
make him happy. He don't need to fucking take a bang of heroin real quick to be happy. Must be nice, son of a bitch.
Well, like, because I was so young, like, I'd be at parties and there'd be like a guy who went to rehab or something, and he'd be like, fucking, like, yeah, I don't do anything anymore. I'd be like, what a fucking pussy, dude. I'd like talk about it more than necessary, too.
Yeah,
Like, can you
yeah.
believe that fucking guy? And people would be like, dude, chill out. Who cares? You know what I mean? I fucking care. I care. But I was really miserable. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's what it
No,
was.
100%,
And I
yeah.
wanted what they had. That's
Yeah.
really what it was. You know what I mean?
My wife, she just showed me a video the other day. I forget exactly what it said, but it was like talking about like envy. Like people think like they're angry, but they're really just like envious.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of like that same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, fuck, I'm just
dude,
want that.
that's what I feel about all you guys that have dads.
My dad, you know, you can have him. he's
See, that hurts even more.
Well, to be
fuck
fair,
you, must
we
be
all-
nice.
to
Must
be
be nice
fair-
to have a dad to throw away.
Yeah,
to be
like, I'm-
to be fair, we all had dads because we're all here.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
whether they were there for us, well, hey, man.
yeah.
Well, hey, listen.
Sean kind of
look.
had like just a sperm donor from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stories I've heard.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like,
a vacation mistake.
Yeah, dude.
absolutely.
Dude, my dad was fucking not really, like, he was around, but he wasn't around because he was an alcoholic, so he's always fucked up, always thinking about himself. I had a stepdad that was cool. He was a good parent, but we always clashed growing up. You know what I'm saying? We get along great now, and we have for years. But when I was growing up, like, there was a big problem because, you know, there was the void, like you're not my real dad. There is my real dad. But I was too young to understand that he wasn't really responsible. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's that whole dynamic there. And I don't know, like, I look back now, it's so weird how things come back to mess with you. You know what I mean? Like when you're older,
yeah.
right? Because like once you
100%.
hit like 30, things that you thought weren't a big deal, like when you were like, you know, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all of a sudden, dude, they start kind of coming back and you get all these memories and stuff. And you're like, hey, man, wait a minute. That was fucked up. You know, and you start thinking, that's why therapy's important, dude. That's why it's good, dude. You know?
Or just comedy.
You're right, man.
Yeah.
You just emotionally spill on everybody on the
Kind
stage.
of therapy, you know, for free too. Well, unless you're drinking, it's
Yeah.
quite costly.
It's therapy on adrenaline for sure.
Dude,
You know.
that's a good way to think about it.
On
I like
adrenaline, you know, because you don't really have an adrenaline rush if you're like, have you guys been to therapy before or anything?
that.
Yeah,
yeah, like at least one.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done tons.
We've got a lot.
I promise you, it's very similar. All three.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, like therapy, there's no adrenaline rush. You're just fucking there, and it's uncomfortable
yeah,
most
it's
of the
just
time.
fucking anxiety. it's
Well,
just like,
it's also being worried about being judged because you got to sit here and tell people all this crazy shit about yourself.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
worried about being locked up whenever I go to their bears. Like, put the straight jacket away. Just, I'm cool. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just,
I only
Yeah.
ate 2 cats, like live cats.
I didn't mean to kill the cat. You know, it was fun. It was an accident.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
an accident.
Yeah, that shit's fucking. It's interesting, dude. How things come up after a long time, and you know, things that you thought weren't really a big deal end up being a big deal. I got to go back to therapy at some point, dude. It's good for everybody.
Dude, absolutely, man. Like having kids now, like they're teenagers, and I remember being their age, like doing meth, and they're just like playing Minecraft. I'm like, it's such a different dynamic.
That's
so
good.
like,
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
you know, absolutely, it's amazing. But it's that dynamic difference. Like my kids, like so, like now it's like it's hard for me as a parent because like my expectations of like what I did as a kid and like what was expected of me as like work wise was like nuts compared to like my kids that don't even take the trash out. Like I don't. make them do shit. Just go to school and be happy.
Right.
Like, be kids.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell a story about my childhood without my wife almost in tears. Like,
Exactly.
she's like, oh my God, the trauma. And I'm just like, what do you mean? That was just like, what do you mean? That was
It was
like
a normal
Tuesday.
day at the park, you know?
What's so wrong with that?
You don't get beat regularly? Like,
Yeah. Hey, honestly, I thought that was like a thing because growing up, I kind of had the opposite situation. Like my dad was around a lot, but we didn't want him around. Like, because both my parents smoked meth.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You talked
and,
about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom, she was always off in prison. Like we only saw her every like 3 or 4 years when she'd get out for like a few months.
Yeah.
So like my dad was just straight up crazy. Yeah. Methed out, angry at the world, 6 kids to deal with. Shit was wild.
where were you on that, the list of kids?
I'm the third on. So I've got 2 older brothers, a younger brother, and then my youngest sisters are twins.
Dude, so
it's
you're
like,
the most
I'm
forgotten.
kind of like the middle child of like the group. Oh, well, we were all forgotten once the girls came. You know, I was like, all they wanted. They didn't want all these boys. They just wanted girls,
Yeah.
and it just took all of. We were just in the way.
Shit. Isn't that so ironic? Because normally it's the other way around. A lot of people want boys and then they get a bunch of
they
girls.
couldn't-
At least the dad.
Couldn't get enough of the boys, man.
Dude, you know what? That would be actually a good fucking bit, dude. Like talking about your dad. Yeah, dude. So like, my dad did meth. So a lot of people think that's going to make him a bad father. In fact, he was an amazing father. We went to 5 movies a day. We got to stay up all night. He'd
He'd
like
keep us
something
up
like that. I
all
don't
night
know.
teaching us.
Dude, you
things.
just like feed us McDonald's at 2 a.m. Just like, here's some McDoubles.
No, I kind of have a bit that I'm kind of working on, but I'll spill it right here.
Workshop.
Of like
Feel free to
how-
workshop it, bro.
How hard it was to sneak back. Like growing up, it wasn't hard to sneak out of the house, right?
That's good.
He's so distracted, but trying to come back in, holy shit! I snuck in one time, drunk as hell. Like I was in like 7th grade, blitzed. I come in and my dad is painting. He's painting his room. The entire room, like he's got shit like covered in plastic. I don't know where he got the plastic from. Just like a whole setup.
was from
He's
all the
got
meth
lights set
wrappers.
up. It's like daytime in there.
Yeah, good luck trying to sneak in.
Yeah, he sees me trying to like go to the bathroom. And he's like, "Oh, good, you're up. Help me paint." I'm just trying to fall asleep.
You're like, fucking,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's good.
That's
It's
fucking
tough,
funny,
man.
dude. That's fucking funny.
Gotta love shitty
Yeah.
parents, right?
The gifts they give us, though,
Absolutely.
material.
The problem solving skills they gave us.
Oh man, like no other.
Did you like meth? Did you ever done it?
No, well, no,
Really?
Yeah.
no. There was almost a time where I was like, you know what? What's this shit about? I was
Yeah.
curious,
Right.
But like seeing all the shit, like, cause my brothers, both my older brothers were on it, both my parents. Like, I saw like so much of the bad side of it. Like, there was no amount of like, you could tell me like this would be the funniest thing in the world, and I'd still be like, nah, no, I'm all right.
Fair.
That makes sense.
I saw too much of the bad of it,
Right.
which I'm kind of glad.
Right.
Because I probably would have been some reckless fucking child if I didn't have that
Yeah.
negative influence.
Yeah, that makes sense. We all know fucking Shawn liked it.
Hey, man, listen, it wasn't about liking, it was about loving it back then. And, unfortunately, like at the time when you're poor and you're like, you don't have a lot of food, meth is perfect. You never need to eat, man. Like, shit.
Yeah, but there's a lot of rich people that do meth too.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Doesn't want to look good.
I think, and I actually, I hate that thought, right? Like if you're smoking meth, you don't need to eat. Because my dad was the fattest meth addict I've ever met.
Would he eat on it all the time?
All the time.
Impossible when I was a kid.
He'd like come home with like
Probably just
Dairy
because the
Queen
tolerance
and-
is so built up or something.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
now,
he
if
was
I was
a- he
doing
was a
meth
pro,
until then,
yeah.
I probably could eat, but
Yeah, a vet in the game, 100%.
For me, dude, like, because this is the way that I look at drug addicts, like, because I am one, right? So, like, there's like two main camps. There's like the upper people and the downer people, right? So I'm definitely team heroin all the way. I'm team, and usually it's a personality thing, which I'm surprised with you, Shawn, because a lot of people will say, like, I've heard this from therapists and stuff too. Based on how your personality is usually you do the drugs that make you the opposite of what your normal state is. So like a lot of people
you don't
that
want to
do
be yourself, right?
right, and a lot of people that do like crack or fucking meth or coke or whatever, they're usually like a little bit more introverted, a little quieter. So that makes them more uppity and more energetic and more outgoing. And then people that are super outgoing or type A, they do a lot of downers because then they can relax and just fucking calm down and shut down. So, but obviously that's not an ironclad rule or anything. But me, dude, my thing is like every time you hear like upper people talk, they pretty much go like, man, I hate pills. I hate heroin. Like that's tried that shit once. It made me sick. I don't like it. And like all the downer camp people are like, well, that's because you got to do it more, and then you'll stop fucking throwing up, bro.
No, here, take some pills.
Nobody likes it their first time.
But it's true. You're not lying, because the same thing. I'm a downer hater because I don't like pills.
Right.
I would always get sick every time I tried codeine. Like my stomach would churn, puke, couldn't do it. But like, I won't lie, I smoked heroin a few times in my life, and that shit was the bomb. It was too much of the bomb, and I was just like, I've seen what that shit does to you. And it actually, where it ends. Meth, I always just saw everybody up and working.
They're so productive.
They weren't dying, they were just working.
That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. Like, because I did my handful, like I smoked it, I snorted, I tried it, you know what I mean? And like 2 or 3 times, same kind of thing. I didn't like it, dude. I did Adderall like in high school and shit. It was okay. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like you get high on it. It doesn't feel horrible, but I just never was down with the whole, like, let's stay up all the time and do all this stuff. Like, it just wasn't my thing. I wanted to fucking nod off and
see, I'm a
relax,
gamer, so
bro.
it was like stay up all night anyway. Perfect. Now I don't feel not like sleepy, and I can play Final Fantasy for 3 weeks straight.
makes sense.
I love my sleep way too much, man.
Yeah.
Way too much. I wouldn't sacrifice.
Dude, they had me on
fun.
Seroquel for like 6 years. I don't know if you ever fucked with Seroquel.
I've abused it.
Yeah.
I've taken it from people that were supposed to take it.
I was prescribed
And I
that shit for 6 years, 600 milligrams at night, 200 in the morning, 150 in the afternoon. Shit made me a zombie. So like after I went cold turkey on that, it was like uppers for days. Like that's the only thing I wanted.
Is that like speed?
What, Seroquel?
Yeah.
No, Seroquel is a complete.
It's a horse tranquilizer,
It's
right?
it's antipsychotic.
Isn't it a horse tranquilizer?
Technically, pretty
originally
much
or something?
I don't know the
I don't know.
exact thing, but I'm thinking you're right on that. But it pretty much like, put it this way: if you don't take it normally, and I gave you one little white 100 milligram pill, you'd pass out right here in about 30 minutes, and no one could fucking wake you up for these 4 or 5 hours.
That sounds amazing.
Wow.
That sounds. Where do you still have some? I just need like half a pill.
I can get the script.
I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to get a rest day.
You're trying to take me back to my old days, bro.
No, kids don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, bro.
Even if they, but your story right there made me feel like drugs bring out the best of you, right? They bring out what you're lacking. So
Yeah.
I was
They really do.
almost convinced.
They make you a better person.
Yeah, that's what I took away from
definitely
it.
brought my
The underlining message.
Basically, what we're saying, kids, is like, don't do drugs, but just try them.
If you
Yeah,
want to
if
learn,
you're, like,
if you need
really
life
shy,
lessons, if you need life lessons, or if you want to get laid really easily, do plenty of drugs.
Just smoke a little crack before prom, and you're gonna just light up the party.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Did I fucking so I did a guest spot at Arlington Improv last Saturday, and I told the host, it was like, this is like the classic name. So like when they're like, hey, what's your name, dude? So I was like, Crux, and he's like, Crocs. I'm like, Crux. He's like, Crook, Crux, Croak. I'm like, dude, how many times? I want to see the different variations of people, of the different names that people bring me up as. Dude. It's funny. He got it right when it counted.
If I ever bring you up again, I'm sorry. Just because of this.
No, dude,
little bit.
let's talk about how horrible you are bringing people up first.
Yes.
Let's talk about the fucking shirt with Matt and fucking. Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
so Matt McElhone, I bought his t-shirt. Awesome
Now
t-shirt.
you're gonna give him a backstory.
Absolutely. Backstory now. Yes, backstory now because I have to talk about it, of course. Anyway, I did a reel on Instagram where I'm jerking off on his shirt, which,
Naturally.
cool. I figured that'd be kind of cool to, plug his merch. Here's some jizz.
What cooler way to plug a merch than just
Dude, you know what? Like I said earlier, a good idea isn't always a great idea. So I'm on stage, I'm hosting Hyena's second block, and Matt McElhone's about to come up. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me just put a little bit of word in from what the video reel was about, and he'll plug his merch. He'll get what I was, he'll be able to segue into it pretty well. I didn't realize it was going to fucking ruin his whole set. I guess he was ready with a bunch of new material that he was going to try out in this bigger crowd. And right before he went on, I'm like, hey guys, I jerked off on this dude's face. Matt McElhone, come on stage. He literally for 3 minutes just tried to deal with that on stage.
Yeah, and afterwards he's like, dude, fucking Shawn.
Yeah, he went and told everyone.
Yeah, he did. He told everybody, bro.
I cannot believe what just happened right now.
He told everybody.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Matt.
It's
If
okay.
you ever host in this town again, you're lucky.
It's okay. It's just like that one dude, I forget his name, like the young kid, like just kind of started comedy. I think he did
You
that.
talking about the one that pissed off Colton?
Yeah, dude, the one
Oh,
he was
that-
like,
oh,
next
man.
comic coming to the stage. He's got an open mic at Mad Hatter on Monday nights. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You're at a comedy club and you're promoting another open mic to this dude who's trying to get booked to this comedy club, bro. What are you doing? It was just funny.
Man, the kid tried.
What was his name?
mistakes.
What was the kid's name? No, call him out.
I forget the guy's name. He's a nice kid. I forget his name.
I know his name.
Describe his body shape, and I
He's
got
like
you.
the skinny kid, glasses, short, dark hair.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I'm thinking of a different kid.
No, I know you're talking about. He hangs out with Grant and everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know his name, but
Yeah.
he's nice.
No, he's a cool kid.
Yeah, he's
I
a
forgot
good
his
kid,
name.
but he overplayed it that night. You got it. Sometimes you got to test the waters. I get that, but he tested the waters and he was drowning and he's like, let's go deeper. It's
Isn't that the best sometimes though?
hey, sometimes it works out. But you live and you learn. That's what it's.
Well,
all
anyway,
about
I'm just
with all
sorry,
this.
Matt. I'm sorry. I was just trying to plug his merch, and instead I told people I was jerked on his face and with no context,
send the
and he
wrong
came up on stage and he had to explain himself, and it ruined his whole set.
Oh yeah. Feel free.
That's what I felt because it felt so delicate.
Broke
when I
the
did
arm. Yeah, that's pretty.
was,
they're pretty sturdy. They're pretty
really
sturdy.
is.
These mic arms.
I'm just over.
You good over there,
my
Mike?
confidence right there.
You got that? You good? You got the arm? You gonna hit your head?
He's like, bro, don't get 2 episodes deleted, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm in a very delicate position, all right, because I move around too
Speaking
much,
of-
and then I have this shelf is really like my warning right here.
Yeah, sorry, dude. That shelf is
no,
a bitch.
it's perfect because if I didn't have it, I'd be like way back here. I know it's behind me, so I'm like,
Yeah, plug in your
consciously
podcast. Where the
thinking.
fuck is my episode, Mike?
it's being re-edited due to
What
vulgar
happened?
language.
Was it really vulgar language?
It was.
Oh yeah, he said you got pulled off Spotify. Is that true?
So I don't know what the hell's happened, but I've had 2 episodes. His and actually Zach Robbins. Zach was taken off like 3 times. I kept having to repost it. And I don't know if it was, I thought it was a user error like the first 2 times, but then like it was gone again. And I was like, okay, something's going on.
Oh,
And I don't have any notice or anything.
nothing. There was
Nothing.
okay.
No
That's
warning.
fucking weird, dude.
But we got a lot of good stuff in that podcast.
Yeah, it
so
does.
it will be out again, a cleaner version, a more wholesome version.
Yeah,
will
there was
be
a lot
coming.
there. There was a lot.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't
Don't
do that
worry,
to you,
Shawn.
Crux. I'm not going to do
It'll
what we
happen
did
to
at
you.
Mike's pod. I would never.
what did you do?
Too much.
there was a lot of lines crossed.
What kind of lines? Racial.
Racial.
lines?
Endangerment.
Let me tell you how I really feel. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're both being investigated after that episode.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to find my real dad, though.
Fuck, dude.
Your plan worked, but you didn't have to drag me down.
Yeah, I know.
That's,
White privilege.
Oh
it only
man.
takes me so far.
It does, though.
I still get speeding tickets. Okay.
Did you guys see Did you guys see or hear about the guy who like beat his roommate over an argument about what
Yes.
a mosquito looks like?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh yeah, dude. I saw it on Reddit the other day.
I haven't
dude.
seen what the roommate looks like, so I'm really curious.
Yeah, man beats roommate with a stick over what a mosquito looks like. So Dallas police arrested Victor Simon Shavers. So Victor Simon Shavers, I think, 43, for allegedly beating his roommate with a stick after they argued about what a mosquito looks like. 2 had lived together for 2 months in the 1500 block of Cape Cod Drive in Oak Cliff. According to the arrest warrant, officers found Shavers' roommate standing outside with blood all over his face in the early morning hours of April 4th. He told them Shavers had assaulted them. That's so fucking weird.
Over mosquito. Who won the argument?
Well, we need more details because
what's-
there's
so-
mosquitoes and then
There's
there's like those
mayflies.
mosquito eaters.
The mayflies.
That's what they call.
They're called
I don't know what they're
mayflies.
called.
It was then the victim explained
similar.
how a discussion about what a mosquito looks like escalated into a fight. The roommate said Shavers grabbed a stick from behind his bed and started hitting him on the head with it, according
he
to an
had that
affidavit.
stick.
He said Shavers hit him at least 6 times, according to the affidavit. The roommate then grabbed a metal bat from his closet and hit Shavers multiple times in the head. Police
So he
said
fought
had-
back, too.
Yeah, I guess there was a
Yeah,
fight
you
back.
got to.
A stick
Police
compared to a
police
bat.
said he had deep cuts on his left cheek and the side of his head and required multiple stitches. Shavers had a cut on the back of his head and possibly a broken hand. So, Yeah, that's fucking weird though, dude.
Oh, yeah, I really want to see this
I
argument.
want them to draw a picture
And this isn't
of the
like
mosquito they think.
This is a mosquito.
Yeah, these aren't fucking like 16-year-olds either.
No,
bro.
yeah,
these guys are in their
grown
fucking 40s.
adults.
Well, these are adults that
30s
they're
and
in their
40s.
ways. They're not going to fucking change their mind.
Like, God damn it, I know what a mosquito looks like.
Yeah.
Fucking stick.
That's the most stubborn argument. I've never had an argument, I don't think, that petty.
What if the one guy, what if he gets convicted, he goes to prison, he gets in the fucking cell, first thing he says to his cellmate is like, all right, let's establish a motherfucking ground rule here.
Yeah.
If there's one thing we're going to,
This is a
this
mosquito.
is what a fucking mosquito looks like.
Wait, no.
What if the whole time he gets to prison afterwards, they show him a picture of a mosquito? He's like, oh, fuck, he was right.
That's what I want to happen.
And he's
right
like,
there.
no, yeah, the fucking cellmate pulls out a fucking book like, no, baby, look,
Yeah,
this
this
is it. And he's like, fucking 10
20
years.
years.
Yeah, 20, whatever, yeah.
I don't know.
Fucking 10 years down the drain. But
That is interesting.
that was funny.
That's
dude.
insane.
That is fucking insane.
Imagine like being in all that pain afterwards. You're like, oh, we're a fucking mosquito. Like,
Yeah. So weird, dude. So fucking weird.
wait till they get to spiders.
Oh,
yeah.
They're gonna. Whoa.
Heyday.
You don't even want to get me started, bro. Fucking. Oh my God, dude. That would be funny. That's what he gets in the fucking fight with the cellmate about.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, don't worry about mosquitoes, bro, but I'll tell you, this is what a spider looks like. No, it doesn't. It fucking starts all over.
Did y'all ever come up with a Will Smith joke, by the way?
No, man.
I have to know. No, don't bullshit.
No.
Everybody wrote one.
No.
I thought about it for a long time.
Really?
And I was like, do I want to do one? Or do I just want to do a joke about how everyone else is doing one? And ultimately I decided, no.
Especially after I saw
I did one though.
Especially after I saw Matt's post. That was, I think he had the best point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he was like, "Hey, like if your feed is getting filled up with Will Smith jokes, imagine being friends with 500 amateur comedians."
That was no joke.
Speaking of amateur comedian, I wrote a fucking Will Smith joke and I want to tell it.
Fine, dude.
You guys ready?
Go ahead.
It's not really a joke. It's actually a point proven. You guys heard about that 14-year-old boy that fell off the roller coaster? Did y'all see that video?
No.
It's
Yeah,
a
I know
viral
what you're talking
video.
about, yeah.
Is it?
It's like one of the Superman video. Yeah, man, fucking clip it.
Let's fucking
Yeah,
pull
side
it up.
note, roller coasters are made for evil.
Evil,
There's
just
no use for
absolutely
'em.
evil. This young, overweight boy was allowed to get on this ride, and you could see that he was well overweight.
How long ago this
Yeah,
happened?
he didn't
This
look
happened 3
14.
days
He
before the
looked pretty big.
Oscars.
That was a big kid.
It was like 3 or 4 days before the Oscars.
You think that the roller coaster industry used Will Smith to take away heat?
I think they did because you would think the kid hitting the ground would have made more of an impact.
That one rocked me to my core.
Oh yeah, right.
Let me pull it up. But yeah, don't get quiet, bro.
No, I'm not getting
Don't get
quiet. I just
How
want,
da-
I was giving Mike a
was
chance
that it?
to
Was
talk.
that was it?
Yeah, but you had more. That's why I was waiting, bro.
No, the whole joke premise was more or less is like you heard about that 14-year-old
was your
kid hitting,
joke?
falling off a fucking goddamn roller coaster, right? And everyone's like, oh no, but you heard about Will Smith, slapping fucking Chris Rock in the Oscars.
It was
Absolutely.
the Oscars, dude.
Yeah, everyone watched the Oscars. You only watched it because that happened. But
Is this-
anyway,
is this
100%.
Which one is it? Is it this?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Well, they're not going to show it though. Are they going to show it on? This?
It was on YouTube for the longest. I watched the clip, the real clip.
You can see some.
Yeah, you won't.
stuff
If you
on
go to a news one, it's not going to show.
Yeah,
that.
I hope not.
You go to like the 14-year-old kid that's like, oh, look at this fucking video.
Yeah, that's what I want to fucking see, bro.
But it's
That's been one of my biggest
There-
fears
what-
ever.
It was a nighttime video. It was like in dark.
This? Let's see if this is.
That's Fox. Well, Fox, I don't know, a little edgy.
Yeah, a little edgy.
Yeah,
But yeah, this
These
kid fell
days.
off this fucking ride. It like goes to the top, and it comes. It drops down, and it does the thing where it goes back up.
Yeah.
And I guess when it went back up, the inertia of his body and the fact that the seat wasn't locked in for him, so he's like 50 feet or 60 feet in the air and slides out of the fucking seat. And then literally all these kids are on this ride, right? And you see him literally impact the ground in the video.
Fuck.
And then everyone's on the rides like, get us off. And you can just, you're just shooting a video of this kid just bleeding out. And he died on
Is that
impact.
Him falling?
Nah, there's no way they're going to show that on there. Let me try to find.
But yeah,
Gotta go to the
YouTube.
dark web.
The dark web of YouTube. But yeah, and so like this kid hits the ground, right? Then 3 days later, the Oscars happens. And
Is
then
it Orlando?
Yeah, it was the Florida one. That was the absolute one, yeah. Oh, is it gonna? It looks like it's blurring it all out.
We can at least see what's
man.
going on. Is this it?
That's a terrible way to go. I mean, you're having like
No, that's
the best
horrible,
time
dude.
of
Because
your
that shit
life.
already fucks with you anyway, dude. Like, how many times was this one of those big tower ones where
Yeah,
it
it's like
raises
yeah,
up?
Superman.
it
It's
just
like getting
shoots
on
you
the Superman,
straight
the
up,
same
yeah.
exact ride.
Dude, that's because I think I'm gonna die when I go on those
Yeah,
fucking
those
things,
scares the
bro.
shit out
What
of
is the appeal to that? Like, you don't like yourself? So
Have
you're
you been
like,
on the
let
little
me-
chain link one that goes really tall at Six Flags?
No.
My wife made me get on it one time.
Wait,
I
is that-
cried, dude. Like,
Oh, well, trust me. I went to Six Flags as a kid with some friends.
Oh yeah,
And
I think
I
this
told
is gonna
them,
be it.
like, don't take me. I don't want to go.
I think this is
This
it.
might be it. Oh, see, this is terrifying. This isn't even.
So it goes down the first time. I don't know if this is the one. That's not the one. That's it. That was just
That's
showing
not
up.
it?
That's not it.
Motherfuckers.
Okay.
No, that's not it.
So
But,
it goes
yeah.
down and then it comes back up, and that's when he falls off.
yeah, like that
Yeah,
clip
that
right.
second whoop.
The second woof up, you see that he slides out and he just hits legs first. It's like it looks like feet first almost. But you hear the splat, and then you see the people just like they're stuck in this ride, just looking at this kid,
in shock. Like,
absolute shock. And then 3 days later, Will Smith slaps Chris Rock.
that's the biggest thing we're going to hear about for months.
How, that doesn't have anything to do with it at all, though, bro.
No, but the thing is, the whole point of that is
He's like, no, but
It's a joke on Hollywood.
the premise is the point of the whole joke is like you would think the kid hitting the ground would have made more of an impact than the Oscars.
I guess they fucking censored this shit off already.
Oh, they probably
It's
did,
probably
but
good.
it was
It's
it was
probably
out
a good
there for
thing.
like day 1 too.
That
Probably
right.
really good.
That is fucking sad though, dude. I'll tell you right now because you don't have any
Yeah, it shouldn't be out there.
you don't have any kids, right?
No.
So I don't even have to tell him because he had kids way before I did. Having children, dude. Well, I understand. Like, obviously, no one wants kids to die or whatever, but it changes when you hear about shit, bro. It changes the way you feel. And like, as someone who became a parent like very recently, like compared to you, your kids are older. Like,
He doesn't even like his kids
I'll tell you,
He's still not
Fair.
like when they're small, like it's at the stage where you're like, oh my god, I hope nothing happened. Then he's at the stage where like, oh yeah, kids died, good.
Can they leave?
Yeah, wait, that's less money. Thank
Right?
God.
Option?
I got life insurance on them. What are you talking about, bro? Through work.
Hey,
Fucking drain that
if
college
your
fund.
kids come up missing,
You want to go to the fucking Mexico with me, bro?
yeah. You're obviously paying for
That
this
shit
trip,
changes
yeah.
you though, bro. For real. Like when you hear, I can't even watch like movies or any kind of like true crime thing about a kid being abducted or a
Yeah.
kid being killed. Like I used to be able to watch it and be like, oh, that sucks and just whatever. But like now I'm like, I can't even fucking watch it, bro.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to kick in because right now I'm like, kids, you know.
Yeah,
feel like
dude,
not until I
2
have
years
one of my
ago,
own.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
I wasn't changed yet. I would have felt the same way. But like when you have the kids and you become a parent, like it just fucking psychologically completely.
You
like,
actually
we're-
want to kill somebody now. That's in there. Like my kid, like someone will
I think
die
that was in there
my
before
kid.
the children, Sean. I think
I'm
that
just
was
saying
part of
before
your-
pretty sure that.
But you know, like now it's a good point. It's a good reason to kill somebody. There we go.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, yeah, they would make a movie out of that. You
But
know?
really, it changes. Like that point of like now, it's like I'm willing to kill for this thing that's
Yeah.
breathing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you really would. You really will, like instantly. We're rewatching Breaking Bad right now for the first time in years, right? And I suffered through that motherfucker, bro. I got into Breaking Bad during season 2. So I had to painstakingly fucking wait years, like 3, 4, 5. I watched that shit.
Yeah, as
And then
it
one of
was
my best
coming out,
friends was
yeah.
like, oh, I'll get into it. And it's already on Netflix. You can just watch it. I'm like, you
I hate those
motherfucker.
guys. Yeah, you don't know the pain.
You don't know the pain. So we're watching through it. We both watched it, you know, when it ended. That was like, what, 7, 8 years ago now? 2013.
Well, they made the movie.
Yeah. But that was that was 2019.
I know, and that was
So El Camino.
yeah.
But don't worry, I'm timing this too.
Oh no, it's just checking.
Yeah.
Fuck Mad Hatter.
You know, technology.
Is your Apple Watch? Is that an Apple
Yeah,
Watch?
no, I just had a message. You know, I was trying to be so discreet. That I was
Why
like,
are you
I'm
so
not gonna
happy
mess
that
up
it's an
the
Apple?
flow.
Because I think you're tripping. Keep thinking you're tripping about going to Mad Hatter.
No, yeah, we're good.
Because I don't. These
can
podcasts,
wait.
I don't go on and on with them. You know.
He can wait.
But
cold.
dude, we're rewatching that, and there's a scene in season 5. The show's been out for a long time, so don't get mad at me if I spoil alert this because
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you.
get over yourself.
Shit's been on Netflix for years, guys. There's a scene when they kill a kid who saw them steal all the methamphetamine off the train.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I saw that 7, 8 years ago when it was new, I was like, oh, that sucks, you know. But now I'm like, dude, it like shook me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, dude, I have a fucking little boy. I have 2 little boys.
yeah, that's like another level of life you unlock when you
Yeah.
have kids. Like I don't have that level of empathy towards kids, you know.
Right.
I'd take a
I
bullet
didn't
for my
either.
nephew, you know.
Yeah, but where was that feeling with our parents?
You know, he
like,
better
when
do
did
something
it not unlock with them when they had us?
Yeah.
'Cause they were just like, fuck
Wait,
you.
The kid's got to be good, I guess.
Yeah, I
Here's
feel
some
like
food.
Generation X was the last generation that had it really rough being brought up by old school parents, and then ours was like a little better. And then I think everybody that's raising parents now, like millennials and
You're
younger,
not allowed to be a rough parent, right? Like you're not allowed to.
I mean, the idea of it
think
is
they're
not
still
needed.
ruthless.
It's just not necessary.
Outside.
yeah,
It's unnecessary
Outside.
to beat the shit out of your kids to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, yeah, you definitely should. But you know,
should beat 'em?
No, you shouldn't
Oh,
beat them. Maybe a little bit, but like, I'm a fair. You know, I think spanking has its place. You know, because there's some kids. Like kids are like wild horses. You know,
a little bit, of pow pow here and there. I get
just
that.
Nothing like that's gonna leave a bruise or like trauma.
I'd be surprised though how quick easy it is to leave a bruise. Because sometimes I was
You
worried.
gotta be gentle. You know.
Like, oh shit, sorry, don't.
You know, you have them hold the phone book, and then you just go into that way. You don't leave any marks. Okay,
Yeah, fair.
That's
You have
that's
no
just
kids, right?
a lesson learned. No, that's why I can say all
Yeah,
this.
shut the fuck. I'm just playing.
That's why I can say this ignorance. And
You can
just-
totally borrow some of my
Be all right
teenagers
with it.
and let me know what you think.
nah, I feel like I'd have to start off with like a youngin.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Once they're teenagers, I'm like,
Think you can?
you drink,
Think
right?
you can survive a young?
dude, fuck. Isn't it crazy? Have you guys gotten? Because we all roughly started around the same time. When are you gonna have a year?
I feel like
You're at
broke
it.
I feel
your
like I
year.
might be past it.
Yeah,
Like,
you-
I-
Did
You
you
broke
start
your
during
year.
the pandemic? Did you start before 2021?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I did it just to like fun, just to like, not really serious. I didn't really take it serious until like
Yeah.
after COVID. Once everything opened back up, I was like, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna try.
Yeah, was like March, right? April time.
Yeah.
frame? Yeah, we all started at the same time. I thought.
Ish, yeah, ish. Because I'm June, so
Like a year plus a few days, maybe.
Okay. Because I was just gonna say, isn't it funny, dude? Like how like Joe Rogan, all these like comedians that are pros, like they're so right in the sense. Like, have you gotten advice, like unwanted comedy advice from certain comics out there?
I get unwanted advice from comics and uncomics alike.
And unwanted advice, like non-comic is whatever, because like they're gonna be ignorant about it anyway. Like non-comic, I feel like they're gonna be like. I got a funny story for you guys actually. If maybe you heard, maybe you didn't after this, but so. With comics, though, the unwanted advice usually comes from comics. It's unwanted advice because it's someone that you don't want it from. Like, you don't respect it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Somebody.
fair,
So no names, not naming any comics.
than you.
But dude,
Sure.
like I haven't got so what I have is I haven't gotten it directly. I've seen other friends of mine that are comics though get the unwanted advice from a couple of these people, and I'm just like sitting there like, who the fuck is this person talking about? What are they talking about, bro? They suck. Like they're fucking not, they haven't been doing it that long, first of all. And like, I've never seen them do well. And yet you're going to be giving advice. Just like Joe Rogan says, dude, he's like, everybody that has a bad attitude wants to give everybody advice usually sucks. You know what I mean?
Fair.
And the people that are good, you're usually just very nice and they'll give you some advice if you ask, but like they have a great attitude. They're not here to fucking
Not
judge you.
preaching,
Yeah, like he talked
Yeah.
about when he was like 2-3 years in the game or something. There was another comic that was before they went on that was like telling him all about like how to tell jokes and how he should be clean and how to do stand up and how to be successful. And then that comic went on stage and bombed. And like
Success.
yeah, and he's like, dude, and I remember thinking like, what the fuck? This guy sucks. Like, what the hell is he
Yeah.
giving me
Well,
advice
they even
for?
say that though. They say that you need to bomb to be good. Like all the time.
Okay, that's
I could
another.
go without,
Well, that is true. That's how you grow, and you got to take risks.
Well, fair. It's growth. I
But
get it.
don't fucking give advice, bro, and then go out there and fucking. It's like, dude, like that's
You gotta
almost
come up
instant
with some
karma.
good shit, If you're gonna give advice,
Some
bring your
Tom
A
Cruise
game.
shit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the only advice you really want are people that you're asking because you respect them and you're like, dude, like you think they're ahead of you, and you're like, man, you're really good and you're in a good place. So isn't it fun? So I've seen this person. I've seen on multiple occasions give other comic friends of mine advice. And like afterwards, we just like make fun of them. We're like, dude, what the
That's
fuck? Like,
fucked up.
who gives a fuck about this?
Wait, who is this? Is it me? No, are you talking about
Shawn
me?
Santos.
This is no one that
100%.
No, this is no one that I'm friends with. This is no one that I'm friends
No,
with. But
it's
you guys
funny.
have seen it too, right?
Yeah, I see it all the time. Like people come off stage, somebody pull them to the side and be like, "Hey, yeah, you should work on this." But
Oh, the
Yeah,
tags
that's what
are
And
I'm
the
it's
doing.
best.
usually
That's what I'm
someone
doing.
that you
That's what
don't
I'm
want to hear.
hearing,
It's usually someone you don't want to hear an opinion from, right? Usually,
most times, yeah,
most of the time. We're not naming anything. Not naming any names.
Well,
but-
unwanted advice sometimes
Yeah.
feels like they're just trying to shit on you.
I've kind of had it both
That's
ways.
all it feels like. It feels like you're just trying to shit on you and let
Hey,
you know.
you were good, but you could be better, you know? Yeah.
Dude, oh, wait, never mind. Mike, I was about to name drop. There's a
no
guy
name-
that's specific to that sometimes.
No
man.
name drops.
You fucking sit there and do like a whole set, and
yeah.
he'll pull you
Not
aside, and
to
he'll really
bring
like
anyone
give you
down.
advice on your whole set.
Yeah.
He knows who he is. He knows.
Oh yeah, dude.
Nah, it's funny. I just hosted an open mic a couple weeks ago for Rudy over at the Bear Creek. And there was a kid out there. He was only like his second or third time going up and doing open mics. He's like coming to me asking for advice, and I'm like, dude, I don't know.
Well, hey, dude, I watched.
Just keep working. Like that's it. That's the only
good
advice you can really give.
That's a good point that you bring up though, because I was watching this. I was watching this YouTube channel interview with Nate Bargatze, and he was talking about that. He's like, if you're an open micer, you've been doing comedy, you know, just for like a couple years or less. He's like, you don't need to take comedy advice from Ray Romano. Like he hasn't been to an open mic in 30 years. You know, he can't give the advice he can give you is something that you can't even take right now. He's like, you need to talk to somebody who's been doing comedy for 2 or 3 years or 4, you know, and then they'll tell you, because they're coming out of like the mic phase, or they're still in it, and they're going to be able to give you actual advice that applies to you. You know, so that's true, man. Like if it's someone
100%.
Yeah, like if it's someone's third open mic, you know, and you've been to a million of them, obviously they can, you know, fuck this table.
Show
they
up.
can give you advice,
That's
you know,
the
or you
advice.
can give them advice. You know?
I can't wait till we're
try
like
to be
all
funny.
30 years plus now, and we're all just giving everybody advice, right?
See, I
Legends
think that's
giving
the thing though, is that
Yeah, we're the old heads.
Well, I'll be too good for it. Too good for them. Then I'm like, oh, I don't need to give nobody fucking advice.
well, I think that's the thing is if you're successful and you're busy and you're confident in what you're doing, you're not really looking to give people advice. You'll give it if it's asked, but you're not like fucking out there giving it. You know what I mean?
just out here waiting.
Now
for
they're
my
just shitting on
opportunity.
people.
Yeah.
Now's
You got time
my
to speak about
chance.
your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, like you know,
man.
like just chasing people.
Yeah, you gotta like. That's what I hear from everybody who is good and successful in comedy, like famous comedians that are headliners doing clubs sold out, theaters sold out. Plus, they always talk about how you have to take risks and you always should be pushing yourself and not trying to bomb, but you should be trying stuff. Like at Arlington Improv last weekend, I did like a couple of jokes that I knew worked, like so I didn't look like a fucking idiot, and then I slid in a couple of things I've only been working on for a week and a half or so, just to try, took a risk. Did it kill as much as the first half? No, not at all. Cause it was new stuff I was trying out. And like, it didn't bomb. Like I didn't bomb the fuck out of myself or anything, but like, it was definitely rough. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't said it before. And, you know, you just got to fucking take those risks, dude. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's always good though for being like a comic, like our stage already, to where like when we're on stage, we're telling jokes. We know what our goal is, but then when we say those newer jokes and maybe they don't hit, or even a joke just doesn't hit in general, like how like we're almost the most vindictive to ourselves though about it. Like you felt it, you feel it, you know it. Like even if everyone's laughing and you didn't like the way it came out, you still feel like it wasn't a good joke. It's crazy that happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We're artists. That's what we do.
I know, dude.
We perfect.
I hate twisting my nipples all the time,
the
just mad at
language.
myself. You know, like do better.
It's also so
Gotta keep up some
interesting.
flyers and
It's also so interesting how you hear like how like certain things will do well at other places. You know what I mean? Like it's so
No,
crazy,
yeah.
which is why you have to try something like, what does Ryan Perrio say? Like you gotta like, it's like maybe like I forget he did put a number on it or what he did, but he was like, you got to try it for like a couple weeks at a few different places and see. Cause like if you try it twice, it's not a good gauge.
Oh yeah, I've made that
know?
mistake. Like I've tried things like one time and they killed. Like, yeah, this is my opener. And then the next time I try it, it's just like, yo, they're kicking me off the stage. This isn't good.
Well, it just didn't hit the crowd right, and I guess that's reading your crowd based on like the jokes that you say. But
Yeah,
it's
and
like-
you know, when you're going from a crowd of comics to a crowd of like healthy, normal people, it's like you gotta approach things a little differently.
yeah, let them figure it out themselves.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
just give them all the answers right off bat.
Yeah.
It's a delicate dance we do.
Fort Worth straight up though, like, and this is not a new opinion. It's just now I'm like seeing it for myself. Fort Worth is for sure an easier laugh on average than Dallas.
Oh
is.
no, have you done any mics in Austin?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I tried
That so
other week.
real quick, not to cut you off, but just to clarify. So the only open mics so far that I've done in Austin are ones that only comics were at. So I don't trust that because fuck them. Like I don't care. You
Well,
know
no,
what I mean?
yeah, I get that. So I tried to hit like a little circuit because it was I think it was a Tuesday night. So I was trying to do the Lucky Duck and then this wine place and there was like two others, and I showed up early for all of them, which is something I don't do. If anybody knows me, rarity. Showed up, every list was full, like 50 deep. It was insane.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, we'll go on till like 3 a.m. And I'm like, yo, I got to work in the morning. Like, I was like 50th on one list, and I had to tap out. Couldn't do it.
You gotta make some Austin friends, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I really do. Well, one guy hooked me up because he found out I was from out of town. He's like, yeah, I'll get you up quick. So I was able to do one, and I was like, all right.
What show was that?
Lucky Duck.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a good
it
one.
Is that the one on the second
Yeah, it was
floor
pretty-
on the patio?
No, this one was. I know which one you're talking about. There, I tried to get on there though. It didn't
I did
work
too,
out.
dude, and it was like fucking 30 deep at one time.
when was
Oh,
that?
dude, it was ridiculous.
That was when I went to Austin with my wife. We went for like a 5-day trip, and we stayed at the Moxie. It was fucking dope, dude. I went to Justin. Starts with the last name starts with the E. He has a
cares,
podcast too. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's from
wow,
Austin.
what a
No idea.
surprise.
I follow the guy. It's
comic
like
with a podcast.
Justin E.
How
He has like a
original.
little shit mustache right here, like solid stash, and he always makes like, I don't know, dude.
You're
Yeah.
describing half the
No one
comics.
cares, bro.
No one cares. But anyway, I fucking met that dude over there and tried to get on a show one time like that, and it fucking sucked. It was like 30 deep.
But no, I just thought it was insane. Like seeing that, getting that like experience, and then what we typically see in Fort Worth. I mean, like 20 comics is like a long list sometimes. Man, it made me grateful for what we have here in Fort Worth because we got a good comedy scene.
Yeah.
And it's not as, man,
Heavily populated.
yeah, you don't have half the city trying to be a comedian.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing though, is that a lot of those people, they're on a cycle of people who come and then quit after 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what
100%,
I've seen is, so what I've seen is going to Austin, because there was a point where I was going there a couple times a week. And I've taken a break because of the baby. I'm going to go back down there multiple times a week starting soon again. I guarantee you, half of the comics that I would see at open mics and stuff, I'm not going to see them. There's going to be a whole new replacement batch of people that are trying their 3-month stint at it.
Yeah, they come
because
to
it's
Austin.
the new like LA basically. You know what I mean? So that's the thing is like a lot of people. I'm trying to say a lot of people are doing comedy. No, a lot of people start comedy.
Yeah.
Right? Very
That's
few
true,
people
yeah.
stay. You know what I mean? Like there's a core group of probably less than 50 comics that are like consistently working in Austin that like I see just because I've seen them at shows that I've been like at Dallas Comedy Club, like the ones that come, like the ones that you see are consistently doing shows and all that stuff. It's way smaller than that, right? But the ones that are at the open mics and stuff, that's like every Tom, Dick, and
open
fucking
mics,
Harry.
yeah, you get every single person that wants to tell a joke.
Yeah, and you also get a lot of crazy, a lot of homeless.
Yeah. If I'm homeless, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good spot to be.
I mean, for
It's
real.
a great spot.
Right.
Probably pick somebody up too.
Pick somebody up.
Yeah,
Colby.
in Austin, homeless. It's probably a
in
look you could
Austin?
pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, they made it illegal. They recently, that was like when I was down
I know.
there, they
Now
made
they
it
have a-
tenting is illegal
have a-
now.
Oh, they brought it back.
They
camping.
rebanned it. They rebanned tenting.
God. Wait, rebanned it or rebrought it back?
Yeah.
Rebanned it.
Okay.
That was last year,
Yeah.
spring. They rebanded it. So like,
What do you mean rebanded?
like say that like before you weren't allowed, then they made it where you were allowed, and now you're not allowed again.
But that's been like that's been like a year.
But it's still like ridiculous.
It's still ridiculous, absolutely.
Is it? See, because
Yeah,
that's the
no.
thing. And maybe I have a skewed
Yeah.
perception because I'm from LA, but like I've been down there multiple times on 6th Street. Am I missing where it's at? Because I've walked all around downtown up
You go like the 30th Street, like 34th Street, like all the way from there. There's homeless people. Like when I was at the hotel at the Moxie on 34th, I mean, we literally had like 30 homeless people just sitting in that area, general area.
That's it?
I mean,
See, that's why it's
I'm
not-
talking about like a block, like a single block.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
that's why my
in
perception
Texas.
of it.
He's rolling 50 homeless people.
Yeah, I'm talking about,
deep
dude,
in
like there's a fucking district of homeless people.
Well, you
in
go to East
downtown LA.
Lancaster
And I'm
and
not
Fort
trying to say
Worth,
like,
you
oh,
see
there's
that.
way more. What I'm trying to say is the way people talk about it. You know what I mean? Like I've heard famous comedians on podcasts talk about how crazy the homeless thing is on 6th Street. Dude, I've been down there multiple times, dude.
It was pretty crazy.
Well, they're like,
Was
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, you got to think they're right outside of an establishment where people are just getting drunk and hammered. And you got like 3 homeless people laying almost right by the door,
Yeah.
asleep on the ground. And there was like the
Yeah.
sign right there on 6th Street, the big concrete. There was like 2 of them was sleeping on that. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, it's quite a bit. And I'm sorry you don't have a home, but like, I don't think a party block is like the place to the loudest
That's-
fucking
yeah, it's
music
not the-
ever.
Well, that's normal though. That's normal. That's usually
Yeah.
where it is. But yeah, man, it is true. Like, so you drove down there one night just trying to hit some Austin stuff or what?
Well, I actually, for work, because I do fire protection, and we kind of travel a little bit. So I was like, all right, I have to be here for work, so I'm going to try and get
I
some
see,
work
I
in
see,
at
I
night.
see, I see.
Yeah, that's
How
why
long
I
ago
didn't
was that?
stay. That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, that was really recent.
Yeah, it was in April, I think. How many?
It's April 18th.
Close to April. Yeah, I'm not great with dates.
But you know what that is, dude? It's just like here. It's just like Dallas or Fort Worth in the sense that, yeah, there's some more people, but it's probably just a matter you just have to consistently show face and be down there and stuff. Because then the more you do, the more you're gonna
you got to build up that reputation.
Yeah,
and actually prove that's the whole thing. Like with open mics, you're gonna stand out if you're funny because there's a lot of bad out there.
A lot of people that are just nuts. There's a lot of people that are just nuts.
What we've sat through. I mean. Oh man,
shit, dude! If y'all had to listen to me in the early fucking mics, dude, I was not.
I was talking about you. I was like, because you were saying last week, I was like, oh my god,
you son of a bitch!
I almost shot myself.
Oh really? Told you I made. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about that. I can go all day,
dude.
Fuck you, by the way. Just fuck you.
Shawn's a good guy. He's all right. Just check him out.
Mike is okay.
Decide for yourself. What am I gonna say?
You're pretty fly for a white guy.
Yeah, that's been my goal my whole life.
Yeah, you're pretty.
It's like, yeah, I'm a white guy, but how?
But
how
have you
can
heard
I
this
be
guy's
fly?
fucking vocals? By the way, I'm sorry, I've listened to all your music now.
Oh, have you?
Dude.
You fucking hate it?
No, dude, the Purge fucking video is like my favorite.
Oh, you watched the video?
I love the Purge video, man. Dude, this dude's fucking vocal fucking rips, man. Like I was so shocked.
Yeah.
Can I get a little? Can I get a little?
I gotta check
Nah,
out.
here, nah.
What's
We Are the
the-
Flesh. If you want to listen to it, you can go listen.
We Are the Flesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the music thing.
Check that out.
Yeah, man, it's cool, man. We got a nice fan base. So we actually just did an interview with one of our Australian fans a couple weeks ago.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You have
not
new content
musical.
coming out all the time.
Could be
Like we talked about that
musical.
last
Yeah,
time.
we put out a song every month. What?
I could probably be a rapper. You know, I feel like that would be my lane.
Should.
If
Mike
I went,
Trib.
If I went,
Oh,
Well,
Trib.
growing up, I went through a cycle of names. You know, I thought like Brother Mike would be like a cool one because they would expect like
Don't
not
say
me,
brother. You know,
not me.
You know, black people don't like white people saying brother.
It was a unity thing. All right, it was like I was gonna bring the Bloods and Crips together. It was a whole thing. World peace.
Bitches always be tripping on my dick.
Boom. Bars.
Boom.
That was actually the name of my first mixtape.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Bitches always be.
I was
tripping on my
actually a
dick.
fan. That's why I knew.
no.
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
really?
I actually inspired his music career.
This is a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, a 7'5" came to me. It was Crux.
It was Crux.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking we'll wrap it up here in a little bit, but that's why I'm so glad to do the promos in the beginning, because then we don't have to be like, hey,
Hey, by the way,
there's fucking 3 people left at this fucking time in the podcast, dude.
thanks
But,
guys for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
It's like 5th block for the podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around, everybody.
I was ready for my abortion jokes. Like,
Oh,
Hey, just make sure you hit the download button so everything counts. That's
dude, there was a guy, I forget who it was. I don't know if you guys saw it on the fucking Dallas Comedians Facebook page. He posted fucking some guy like a cult like rant guy like was doing, and he's like 7th block at Hyenas. Because it's like, dude, that's the craziest it gets. Remember the fucking guy? I haven't seen him come back. Okay, and obviously
I already know who you're talking about.
Who am I talking about?
You're talking. Oh, the guy had no shoes on? No, was it? He looked like a fucking like Mormon meets like
White guy or black guy?
White guy.
No, that's not who I'm talking about.
Then I know the
so
other
who
one
I'm
did
talking
too,
about.
yeah.
Who I'm talking about. Oh, and I forgot to tell you my fucking story. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and then we'll end. So there was a fucking guy who like got out of prison. This was like last summer. Black dude who just gotten out of like doing 6 years in like legit prison, dude, like hard time. And he was the first time I met him, he was fucking drunk off his head, like wasted, bro. JP's filming him. He's freestyling. He's getting in everybody's face and freestyling.
His sister was there or something like
yeah,
that.
his
Wasn't
sister
supposed
was
to
like
pick him
giving him a
up?
ride
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
And he didn't know he was gonna have to wait till like 6th block because no one knew who he was. It was like one of his first
I
times doing
remember that
comedy.
dude. Yeah, he was making a whole fuss about it.
He came back sober like a month later when I was working the door and tried to get on again and still got mad that he got put down so low. And I haven't seen him since. And that was fucking going on a year ago.
He was making it weird because I was nice to him. I gave him like 5 seconds of attention, and then after that, like he would start hanging out with me and my wife, and I was just like, bro, like get the fuck away from me.
yeah,
he
you
fucking-
can't open the door sometimes.
The story,
Dude.
dude. The story that I was telling you about, like we were talking about non-comics and advice and all that shit. There was a fucking guy. There was a kid watching a couple weeks ago, at the Thursday open mic at Hyenas, right? And he was like cool. He was watching everybody and listening, and then he went out to get a drink, and it was like me, Arun, Emily, and some other new chick, and we were standing by the bar talking. And he goes like fucking, he comes up to us and he's like, yeah, man, I don't know why, but I just love child molestation jokes. Like I fucking just love them. And we're all like, cool.
Was he listening to my set? Was that what?
And he goes, and he goes, what? Like, I'm around comedy people. You'd think you guys would think that was funny. And we're like, what? We're just listening to you, bro. It was so weird, dude. It was so
But it was funny, but we're laughing at you, not with you.
It was so fucking weird, dude. It's so weird now, like, after you do comedy for a while, isn't it weird when you, like, you're so used to talking to comics and then you interact with, like, non-comedians and you realize, like, oh, my God, dude. Like, you are so different.
You got to tone it down. You have to tone yourself down.
Tone it down, or just, like, their concept of what's funny is just so unfunny.
So limited.
Well, sometimes it's simple.
Like
the simple shit, like a fart joke, like to them is like the fucking funniest thing ever. You know, but then you're sitting there trying to tell like a smart joke, you know, like a good smart one, and you're like, oh, you don't get it? And they're like, no.
Shawn's just mad nobody thinks he's smart.
I don't have a dad to validate me. Fuck you.
He's out there.
He is out there. By the way, guys, if you see anyone that looks kind of like me, but a little bit older, maybe a little darker, send him my way. 30 homeless guys arriving.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you really want us to start sending them your way,
your
bro?
daddy boy.
Oh, if you're willing to fucking give me some emotional support, absolutely.
What are you offering in trade? Like,
I make you proud. Make you proud.
All right, so if you have low expectations,
very fair. I mean,
you need a shower.
What I had before was a lot worse. I'm just saying. So anything's better.
No, glass half full. My guy.
Glass half full. Always. I'll tell you that. Dude, my therapist put that shit into me at a young age. Glass half full. That shit has just kept me going.
All right.
Got dark there.
There we go. That was a motivational.
Yeah, do you guys have anything else? I know you got
no, so I got a question
for
the both of you.
Okay.
Because I just got this recently. So recently, a lot of my coworkers have found out that I do stand up.
Oh shit!
I try to keep that on the down low as slow as possible because I'm a manager. I'm trying to I got to be a boss sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't want them thinking I'm out here making funny. I'm serious all the time. So my coworkers found this out, and man, nonstop. I got one coworker who's like straight up. He's really religious. He was a preacher at some point. Like doesn't curse, doesn't do anything, but will now nonstop suggest jokes to me. Nonstop. No, he'll just walk up to me. I got a joke for you.
He's living through you vicariously.
He's never given me a joke. He just shows me other people doing jokes.
It's like, write this down. Carlos Mencina, motherfucker.
That's great. Hey man, what do you think of this?
Oh
That's
man, so
horrible.
I'm just like, you know what? I guess I welcome the
I don't want anyone.
I
don't want anyone. I get what you're. What's your question though? What's your question?
So what is you get? Do you have any experience with like people just like giving you jokes?
So I'll tell you this, dude. I purposely do everything in my power to not let anybody that I personally know, because I have experience with this from music, that know that I do comedy. Or like that I did music too. I keep that because I don't want I don't want them listening. I don't want them if they don't like it. I don't want them trying to give me to be nice. I don't want them to feel that pressure. I don't want if they do like me, I don't really want them fucking asking me a bunch of questions. I want fucking honest feedback from people I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Fair,
unbiased.
Fair. I just make me really regret telling everybody I work with what I do. Like they all follow me on Instagram. Like it's sad enough. I'm a manager.
You might be cool with that though. You might be fine with that. I do not want that.
I think about it though sometimes. I need to delete some of my content on my Instagram because I'm like, some of these jokes are just not good. Like they're not good. Like it's like the content is so bad that I wouldn't want like a customer of mine here.
You're like, oh, this is what it is. Here, I'll tell you another thing though. Aside from like my experience like with show business and music and all that shit, I have friends in LA that have been doing comedy for years, and I've seen them start. Like my buddy Manny, when he started, he's fucking Hispanic dude. He's got a big family, big friend group and stuff. He's from LA. He had a lot of people to pull from. When he started, he did all these bringer shows where he sold a shitload of tickets and brought all these people and shit. And, he did it like 5, 6, 7 times. It's like, bro, but eventually you're going to have to rely on the feedback of regular people.
Yeah.
People that don't know you. You got to make them laugh. And the people are just going to stop coming to your bringer shows after a while, bro. And you're going to have to work on your comedy, and years are going to go by. And he learned that. Because like when he started, he was bringing like 60, 70, 80 people to shows,
I don't even know that many people.
Well, extended family, et cetera. Like, he's bringing a lot of people. And eventually he learned, dude, that shit doesn't mean anything. Like, fuck that. Like, I just need to get good and
Yeah, you have to
do it in front of people that hate me.
Yeah, people you don't know.
They talk about that
Convince
too.
them.
There used to be a FAQ on the Comedy Store website. Like, I don't know if it's still up, but it's like, one of the FAQs was, I packed the place. Like when I did a bringer show, like, why can't I become a paid regular? And they're like, because we want to see you do well in front of people that don't want you to do well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, fair.
Well, I should bring my family.
Oh, speaking of bringer shows, the last one we lost.
Oh, yeah. If you want to bring up old wounds, you know.
And once again,
We did do our comedy tussle show back. When was that? March
March 9th.
It hasn't happened yet.
Dude.
March 9th?
I live
Oh
in
my
a different
God.
time frame, okay?
It's okay. Dude. I did the same shit, bro.
I'm 3 months ahead.
It was
alright?
March 9th in Dallas Hyenas Comedy
Yeah.
Club.
Oh, listen, they both start with M's. You can't blame me for
Oh,
that.
it was in Dallas?
It was Dallas.
Yeah, it was the
Ah.
Dallas Comedy Club.
It was a
and,
fun show. We had a good time.
Yeah, I want to take this moment to address my people that didn't show up for me. And
Yeah.
know that you hurt me, but I'm okay now. Kind of.
For real, dude. Like, none of them showed up.
Nah,
I was like,
that's
bro, where the
tough.
fuck is everybody?
You know,
None of your people showed up?
being unknown.
A third of my people showed up. And everybody else was like, oh, I didn't know it was in Dallas. I thought it was Fort Worth. I'm not coming now. I'm like, bro, like, I still need you here.
I counted on you.
Yeah, I have 10 tickets right here sold.
Yeah. No, it's tough, you know, because, and a lot of people, because like they know you from everyday life and like, you're a comedian, you know, they don't always see it.
Well, my energy with my coworker, like you met him, Will, he was the real tall guy that was there at the show. And he brought like a friend too. And it was, you know, they had a great time, but at the same time, like that guy's super religious, goes to church every day, and he's over here listening to me talk about molestation. So it's like,
Probably not the right crowd.
I mean,
So,
technically
great,
kind of the right
great
crowd.
subject to end on, molestation.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted
One
to do.
last question that I have for you.
I get what you're saying.
With
Sorry,
the-
to answer your question, the first one though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get what
you
you're
can
saying.
answer
I feel
it,
your
yeah.
pain, and like, I just fucking yes. So that's happened to me a long time ago with
Yeah.
music. Has it happened with comedy? No, because of my background experience with all this shit. I purposely keep it insulated, dude.
Yeah,
Like, I had a
that's
guy
a good
that I
thing,
know. I'm gonna keep this comment honest. I had a guy that I know, literally, bro, literally pull up. It just popped up on his algorithm, bro. The podcast, my fucking Instagram page pulled up on his phone and went like, "Hey, man, is this you?" And I'm like, "Nope." Right to his face. I was like, "No."
That?
And then he was like, "Dude, this looks like you." He showed it to this other guy. He's like, "Doesn't this look like him?" And you don't know what the other fucking guy said. I swear to God, he was like, "Yeah, it's similar, but not quite."
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's fucking great,
Man.
dude. So I was like, and I was just because I was so adamant. I was like, "No,
Yeah,
No,
not me, dude."
no, fuck you. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah.
That
I don't
looks
look
an
like
asshole.
that.
That guy looks like a dick.
No.
So you kind of answered my question right there a little bit. When people found out you sung, because like, you know, people find out we tell jokes. They want to hear a joke.
Yeah.
When people found out you were a singer,
Well,
they're
it
like,
was-
sing me a song.
It was a little different back
That'd be
then.
a
Because,
little-
well,
a little
no.
strange.
Because when I was younger, I
I
was
just
trying.
do.
I made the mistake of trying to tell everybody. Like, you know, when you're 18,
Oh, yeah,
19,
you want
you're
people
getting
to
everybody
know,
to come
yeah.
out and see you. You're getting everybody. And I was a drummer then. I wasn't a vocalist yet. So
Okay.
like, I was
I
a
got
drummer in bands, right? So I was like trying to promote my band, get everybody to come out to the Battle of the Bands, come out and fucking see my band, buy tickets to see my band, blah, 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 blah. You know, kind of the equivalent of what you guys were doing with bringer shows, but not with comedy, with music,
Yeah.
right? Back in the day, right? When I was super young. And I learned that all that shit doesn't really mean anything. You know what I mean? Like they used to do these Battle of the Bands where like, I've talked about this before where like the grand prize was like the fucking winner of the band. They get all the people and whoever has the loudest chant, the cheer in the end, you get to go record a demo, which was cool if they gave you money for studio time. But then they go, and this demo will be listened to by a major record label. And it's like, bro, I bet you went onto a record company's website, you pulled the email of the A&R that I could just find on the internet and you're fucking going to send it there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So like, my point is I've been through all that before, and I was bringing people to me that I knew, friends and family and coworkers. But then I learned through all that shit that I went through years and years ago that like, I'm not, you know what matters is getting real people that you don't know that are becoming fans of you. That's why, and that's one of the reasons why I do the podcast, man, because I want to have like people that don't know me come out and see. Like I had 2 people come out to DCC that listen to this podcast. I had 2 people come out to TK's that listen to this podcast. You know
that's
what I mean?
awesome. Yeah.
It's just a couple people, but it's building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those, and you know,
100%,
shout
yeah.
out to those people. Those,
Yeah, shout out.
you know?
Fucking support.
Yeah, dude. And like, you want to have that, dude. You want to have people that are literally, they don't know who the fuck you are. They don't know where you work. They don't know who your family is. They just literally just think you're funny or they like your music or whatever the fuck. You know, that's what you really want. You know what I mean? But it takes time. It takes time to build that shit. It doesn't happen overnight, you know?
That's what I don't like about it, you know?
Slow.
The time.
The cool thing is, though, it weeds out a lot
Overnight
of people,
success.
too. Like
That's
all
what I'm
those
going
50
for.
people on a list for a bar mic, like, dude,
Yeah.
most of those people are going to quit in 6 months, you know?
If that, man. I mean, realistically.
It's a grind, man. Going night after night.
I'll miss your face if
Especially,
you don't
like,
show back
bad.
up. You just like quit. And
Yeah.
miss your face.
I've been taking a little break, a little bit. I've slowed down quite a bit. Gonna amp it up here soon
Well, it's about to get warmer.
when I
again.
actually get some new material.
New material.
You know, maybe
That's the only way to get it, right? Amping it up. That's the only way to. That's the only way to get it, though.
I just
go
watch
up and
my
fail.
dog and wait for something to happen.
You just go up and fail, dude, and fucking come up with new shit. You know,
True.
And that's the challenging thing, right? Because once you get some stuff that works, it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
scary. You're like, I want to go back to my little jokes that work.
I had that
You know?
issue for like a month where I didn't realize I was doing the same joke over and over again.
Yeah.
And then I've listened to myself and I was like, yeah, you're a hack.
Dude,
Stop fucking looking at me so hard every time you say that.
I didn't realize that. I before you guys came over, I didn't realize this whole exchange that you guys had now, bro. You guys, but dude, I'll tell you another thing. I think you guys can relate. When you fucking get put on, dude, like now I'll show up to Arlington, I'll show up to wherever, like open mic, dude. Not only do I not care if I fucking go up first, I want to because I'm trying to hit other places, so I'm trying to get it out of the way. Like, dude. When I was new, dude, like my first month doing comedy, if you said you're gonna be going up first, I'd be like, no,
Shit my pants right there. Yeah.
you know, like, or I fucking show up to an open mic. You know how the people always try to put their name down. I always try to be like 5, 6, 7, like put it down, dude. Now I'll fucking first, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let me get
I don't
the
give a
fuck out of
dude.
here.
I don't give a fuck, dude. First, I'll go up. I'll start this whole fucking
Yeah.
thing. You want me to host the motherfucker? I'll host
I'll
it.
warm up
you
the
know?
crowd, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like I don't even
Or
care.
burn them, one of the two.
Like I don't give a fuck. Like, and that's cool for me because,
Yeah.
like, just like for you guys, I'm sure that's a sign of growth because it's like,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. The fact that you don't give a fuck.
That
that's-
confidence.
Yeah.
You know,
And
make,
knowing that you're going to just cry a little bit after you bomb.
Yeah.
Solid,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
And I think because you don't give a fuck though, it's your likelihood of bombing goes way down.
Oh yeah, you're
know what
way
I mean?
looser. You're more fluid. It's
Yeah.
just you allow yourself to be funny.
Yeah, dude. Like there was a guy that fucking it was his first time and he's like, "You going up first?" Like at Arlington like about a month ago and I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Watch this.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. And I was telling him,
be
"Don't worry
great.
about it, dude. Don't be nervous. Just be yourself. This is your first time. Like it might be good, but it might be bad, but either way, don't worry about it. Just worry about your second, third, fourth, fifth time. You know what I mean? Just keep going. You got to keep going, man. I might go up there. I might bomb, but I don't care." And I went up there and I fucking ripped, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like fucking, "Hey, man." Like that was fucking great. I'm
You're
like,
a god.
I was like, dude, that's just because I've been doing it, bro. You just got to keep doing it over and over. It doesn't matter. You do bad, you do good. You just got to keep doing it. You know?
well, for me, then most nervous I was in the beginning was because I didn't know any of y'all. I didn't know any of the comics.
I got more nervous when I met you.
I'm fair. But like, you know, not knowing anybody in the room. And then like from there, like doing some jokes and not knowing yourself at that point in time, not knowing any kind of voice that you would even try to have. And I don't know, man, like I feel like coming in at this time of comedy, like everybody was so great. And then everybody actually remembers your fucking name. That's nice when I come to the shows and everyone's like, "What's up, Shawn? What's up, Shawn?" It's like, fuck yeah. I honestly, I prefer the friendships that I get from comedy than I do from actual.
No, it is cool. It is cool. And that's like what all the fucking pros talk about, bro. They talk about like the real thing is like the hanging, dude, and like getting to know people, building relationships, because like that's most of your opportunities. Like, and I'm starting to see a little tiny tidbit of it. Like everybody that's big talks about most of my big opportunities, bro, came from friends. Like they don't come from the industry. They don't come from somebody that you're like some booker that you're trying to impress. He's like, sure, sometimes after a while that stuff will pop up for you. But dude, like most of your things where you get big breaks in your career, they're like, dude, it mostly comes from your friends, dude. Like as you guys progress and your names get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it comes from or whatever.
Well, the more that we do this, like Mike's doing your pod, you've done his pod, like the more that we're networking with each other and building each other.
Yeah.
It's not like
the
before
more we
where it was
delete
step
your
on
episodes of our
The higher
podcast,
we're
Wow.
the better.
Yeah. We just bring you on for practice for the next one.
Hey, we're gonna shit on you, Shawn. That's all we're gonna
Nah,
do.
bro. No, thank you for coming back out.
I appreciate it.
Thanks
I
for
love
coming
this,
back
dude.
out.
Yeah, you'll be back on there. I promise you. It's gonna happen.
We'll find out.
I'm busy.
I'm gonna make a few upset voicemails for you later. Don't worry.
I was
I'll
actually
see that
supposed to
shit.
post one today. I just finished editing it, so and then I got one more, and then I'm going back. So
Oh, you're gonna go 2 ahead to go back to me
It's about time, you know.
Priorities, asshole.
Well, next time whenever each of you or both of you come back, feel free to come back anytime. I'll have the fucking other SD card so I can hook this up. Thanks everybody for listening, man. Keep spreading the word. And Crux, yeah.
Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Let me hear you say Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah. Crux, yeah podcast.